tell what the argument sounds like for the person who's out there defending Jeffrey Epstein's innocence. I would like to hear how that conversation goes. Scoot over a little bit.
Well, he had a lawyer.
I know.
Somebody. That's what I always.
Can you imagine that lawyer? He was the day Epstein was going. He was like, "Thank God, Jesus, that was going to be a long trial." Oh God.
I had nothing. I had nothing prepared.
Yeah.
I had nowhere to go.
Yeah, he had nothing. I would have paid money to see the notes of that lawyer, like his defense for.
Basically, at
You'd
that
have to
point,
start tarnishing the character of like 4-year-olds.
like 14-year-old girls just trying to be
so horrible.
Talking about what they were wearing and
Yes,
stuff.
dude.
He would become worse than Epstein.
He would. In the process of defending Epstein, he would become worse than the devil himself. Oh my God.
Dude. That would be. I've thought about that. We talked about this.
I'm not laughing at this situation, by the way.
No,
I'm laughing at the depravity of this, and that's why this is like a joke, right? It's because you know that someone's doing that.
Well,
someone's defending him.
Basically, the way because my buddy who's a lawyer, the way this kind of works is when you have someone like that, where it's like this. If you're gonna plead non-guilty to something like this, where there's so much stacked against you, you even start speaking in a language in court that is not saying my client is innocent. You just speak in this language as saying,
here are the facts.
Here's how this evidence could be. I'm incredulous of this evidence.
Yeah,
that's all you have at that point.
Yeah.
All you have is you can say, hey, this might not be credible.
Yeah,
you can't even say, oh, my client didn't.
That's lawyer in 101. Yeah, you know the fucking guy.
You can't prove it.
Yeah, he's not going in there. Listen, guys, Jeff is a good man and a good none of that's happening. He's
a real piece of shit.
This girl thinks that aliens are real. She's looking at ponies all day.
Yeah.
Like, can you trust her? Her mind's not fully developed. And
dude, actually, you know what a good example of this? Have you seen The Staircase?
No.
Dude, you gotta watch The Staircase.
Everyone says that.
What?
Dude. Everyone says watch The Staircase. I just haven't seen it.
I loved The Staircase. If you haven't seen The Staircase, here's why The Staircase is good. Basically, are you in the frame?
I think so. I take up about 2/3
Yeah,
of
you
it.
can scooch. You can scooch into the
No,
left.
we good.
You good? Okay.
Yeah, we need that little gap.
Yeah, we need a little bit of gap. For the turtle.
Yeah, make sure you can see the turtle. That's, I don't even know where it got that clip.
So it's basically you're watching this man who clearly murdered his wife. Okay.
Yeah.
Clearly murders his wife, and then you're just watching evidence on evidence.
Yeah.
On evidence. And then not only the what really does this guy in is just his casualness in court.
Yeah.
And his whimsical attitude. And this, you can tell the lawyer is just doing everything he possibly can to believe that his client is innocent, but it just keeps getting harder. It's like
he's in the courtroom like, Your Honor, my client was alone that night. He was a good.
No, but he's okay. They're doing a documentary. They're doing they're filming it, right? So they're filming everything. So they're in the house. They're talking to him. It's from the standpoint. It's almost they're filming it as if, hey, this person is innocent, and we're doing a documentary to kind of prove his innocence and all that.
To exonerate him.
Yes, but the documentary keeps going. You're like, cut the cameras off, guys. It's getting worse.
Yeah.
It's getting
So wait, you're saying they started this documentary to prove this guy's innocence, and then while they were filming it, they found out he was guilty? Is that kind of what you're saying?
Here's what I'm thinking happened. I think that they wanted to film it because they thought it was like a good idea and it would be cool. And I think the director...
interesting case.
Yeah, I think the director thought, oh, well, he's innocent, and let's see how this plays out. And then I think as it keeps going on, I think had there not been cameras rolling, the lawyer would have been like, hey, you're going to have to level with me to a degree.
Yeah.
Because
for sure
it doesn't look good. And we're going to have to go, not guilty's not gonna work.
Dude, there's a really great show on HBO called The Night Of. I don't know if you ever saw it.
Oh, I love that, dude.
You saw that? Dude, how good is that fucking first episode
yeah.
where John Turturro, the lawyer, comes in and he's in there. He's like, listen, man. He's like, no. He's like, I don't care what you did. I don't care who you hung out with.
Doesn't matter.
These are the facts, all right?
That was like...
That's an underrated show. That was a great season of TV.
And towards the end, where he goes like he's all prison tatted within like 3 weeks, I was like,
it did get a little, it jumped the shark a little bit at the end, but
awesome, yeah,
it was great.
Staircase and Night of. Let's just be a fucking. We're just like another podcast talking about fucking shows.
Yeah,
dude.
well, that's every podcast now. Everybody's like, "Do you see this new Netflix?" I'm tired, dude. There's too much Netflix.
There is.
It's too much.
But there's some that those are two that I'm gonna stand by and say I got in a rabbit hole, dude. I was researching. I was getting into fan fiction of the staircase, dude.
Oh
I was
God!
losing
Yeah, you went
dude.
in there then.
I wanted, I think in 10 years when I'm like done with whatever career I've chosen, I'm just gonna go full on detective.
Oh yeah,
I think
internet
so.
sleuth, private eye.
I'm all of it. I'm gonna get a car. I'm gonna do stakeouts, dude.
Yeah, you want to be
God.
a PI, dude? I could be a good. We could start like a private investigation firm.
That
just go stake people out. Here's the thing: you think it's fun? You think you're gonna stumble on some huge crime? No, you're just finding some guy who's cheating on his wife. That's all you're doing.
That's fun.
That is true. I would let
dude.
that consume my life.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
The pursuit of justice, no matter how small.
Right. No matter how petty it is.
Yeah.
Hey, money's money, dude.
Money,
if
justice.
you write the check,
I just want justice. I feel like that's what you're looking for.
I want to see the look on someone's face when they're busted.
Yeah, dude. Like that show Cheaters, dude.
That was great. Yeah.
That show Cheaters, man. It was on for is it still on? You can't ever tell because every episode looks like it was filmed in 1991.
Yeah, I think it's all like syndicated. Or you're right. Just like maybe people that are unfaithful to their spouses just like have bad fashion. Dude.
Yeah, no,
that's maybe I don't know.
If you're so trashy that you get caught cheating on your wife via the show Cheaters,
right?
Boy, you really weren't hiding it well, you know.
That's always weird to me because they're always like,
and they always get caught like outside of like a Rite Aid.
Yeah,
like they're in like the parking lot of a Rite Aid or something. It's like some chick gets out of a van. She's like, "You motherfucker!" And he's like, what the fuck?" He's like, "I'm just kidding. Acid reflux pills here. What the fuck happened?"
But they're like with the girl.
Here's my 15-year-old child bride. I don't understand the problem.
Or I feel like there's a lot of them where they're busted at like a shitty Mexican restaurant with like margaritas with like some woman who just like. It's just weird. It's just like you can tell it's a bad situation to begin with.
Yeah.
You can tell he's like on the date and he's thinking like, this is a bad idea.
Well, you know why it's bad is because here's the thing. Getting caught cheating in public.
Yeah.
The fact that you decided, you know what, going out in public with my mistress is risky.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go do it at the shittiest Mexican restaurant in town.
Yeah.
Hoping no one sees you. But then the thing is, you don't know that you're about to get popped on the show Cheaters.
Yeah.
So then your legacy becomes the guy who got caught after just ordering 2 pitchers of margs.
Right.
Eating some, chips and salsa.
Yeah, your identity, like everyone you know will find out.
Yes.
And you'll be 2 pitchers Dan.
Yeah. Yeah, you're 2 pitcher margs Dan. You're drunk when it happens.
Yeah.
Too. Oh God! Dude.
He got that dude, the guy that does the show, and like he's the guy. Who is this woman? Do you know her? Are you married? You know that guy?
Yeah, yeah.
He got stabbed once, man.
Oh yeah, dude. He got stabbed by a guy. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you start rooting around people's lives.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't. I'm not saying cheating on your spouse is okay. It's not. But
no.
I also live by a code of don't get involved. Okay.
But that's what, if we're gonna be PIs, our job is gonna be getting involved in other people's business.
Yeah, dude, that would be awesome. I would kill to be a private. The angle now is that if you just want to operate outside of the law and make reckless accusations about whatever you want, you just become a journalist. That's typically what that angle now is. You can be like Ronan Farrow, that guy.
Yeah, but you don't.
Although he broke some big stories, so.
Yeah, he doesn't count.
People don't like him. I don't know what his old deal is. I don't know enough.
What did he break?
He broke the Weinstein thing.
Oh, he did.
So Ronan Farrow is Mia Farrow and Woody Allen's son.
Oh, really?
Yes. And then he grew up and got into like, social justice and like political campaigns, things of that nature, and became a journalist somehow. He broke the Weinstein story, which of course, huge. I think he won a Pulitzer for that, as he should have.
Wow.
But then it started getting weird because then he started talking about how Woody Allen, he was like saying, yeah, Woody Allen molested my sister, which is again not a crazy thing to say when your dad's Woody Allen. But then after that, he got into this thing where he was like, well, I'm not even sure he's my dad. And then Woody Allen's like, yeah, he's my son.
Yeah, then you muddy the message.
Some families, you're just like, you guys have so much drama. Just get out of my life.
Yeah, let's focus on Weinstein.
Yeah.
You know?
Stay,
we don't care about
Weinstein
this.
guy.
Yeah. Don't muddy your brand right now.
Yeah.
Just be the hard-hitting, be the Woodward and Bernstein of your generation. Don't
yes.
Don't bring your own shit into it, you know?
No, for real.
If you got family drama, dude, handle that with Woody.
I would love to be a private investigator. The thing that sucks about being a private investigator though is you can't actually bring anyone to justice. All you can really do is just spy on them, using, barely skirting the rule of law. Like if the rule of law is this little wall, you're just like walking alongside it. Because you're like spying on someone from the street. You're like, it's not illegal to film into their house from the street.
Is that true?
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, because they do it.
Yeah, people do.
I'm fine with just doing the sleuthing, dude. I don't gotta bust in and like confront someone.
But like, what is this is, I guess, what I don't get. Like, what does a private investigator do? Like, other than catch your wife cheating on you, that's like one thing, because like that's not really a legal issue. You're just saying, hey, I need proof that my husband's a scumbag, so I can start this divorce.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's generally most of your clientele is gonna be,
all I'm saying is this: if you're a run-in-the-mill private investigator, you're sitting around, you get a call, and someone's like, "Hey, I got a case for you." He's like, "Okay, yeah, what's his name? Where is he cheating on you?" He's like, "No, I've uncovered an underground pedophile ring. It is being run out of the basement of City Council in downtown Los Angeles. There are several high-level senators," and you're like, "He's like, nope." I'm out.
Yeah,
I know.
Out of my pay grade.
Nope, I'm not a cop.
Call me if one of those senators cheats on his wife.
Then we're in. Then I'll do it.
Yeah,
because if you hire a PI, then again, like, what do you?
That's at the point though. If someone calls you and says, "Hey, there's a child molestation case, like a pedophile ring going on," then it's like at that point, even like us knowing the information, we're already in. Now we're in. We're involved. We know stuff. So now it's something where people might kill us for knowing that.
It's like True Detective season 1, where they realize they can't get justice through the law, so they have to start doing their own shit.
I only saw the first episode. Did they just go vigilante on
dude.
it?
Jesus Christ. Either way.
I saw The Night Up.
Not even close to as good
but I've seen
as
some
True
good
Detective.
Stuff. I've watched some good TV.
Watch True Detective. Dude, can we Google private investigators? I just want to know who is still hiring a private investigator is what I'm saying. Yeah. You know, and more importantly, what do they look like? Like what is the visual? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Here. So we're going to look up private. Just do like, I guess, private investigator near me. I don't know. See if we can find like a Groupon. You think I got a Groupon one where you have to like share, like this guy's looking for 4 other guys' wives cheating on him. It's kind of like an Uber pool where he just makes the rounds every day.
He just got a group of ladies that have suspect husbands. Here's the thing,
Super Eye. So that guy's running an ad. We don't want him.
Yeah, you know what? That's the thing now is like you see an ad and you're like, oh, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Now, what's at the top that nobody had to pay? There is a best 10 private investigators.
Yeah, go there.
Angeles.
Click that. Okay. Click that.
I feel like we have to call one of these guys.
You want to call? No, dude, no, because then they start private investigating our asses, and that's the last thing we need.
Okay, well, this guy... Dude,
this guy's
5 stars, 64 reviews.
That guy's running an ad. That's a sponsored one, so you can't trust this shit, dude. That's the problem with Yelp. LA Intelligence, that's a blue check, but that's the biggest one. It's this guy right here. Okay. LA Intelligence. Again, I like how every private investigator really makes it look like they're the police, but they absolutely are not.
Right. They have a badge.
They are.
They make their own badge.
They have a badge, but it is very. And look at this guy.
Oh, we got videos. Okay, so here I'm gonna click on this guy.
Just click. Is that him? So
Brian Matthews.
Brian Matthews. Yeah, you know what? This guy shot a black kid on the job and got fired from the force.
Right.
Now he's here.
That's what. And he's doing well, which is too bad.
He's making more money. He's like, I didn't know that would happen.
But okay, here's the thing though. If my husband was cheating on me and I showed up and met this guy at a diner who was my private investigator,
I'd be like, this guy's gonna figure it the fuck out.
I'd feel confident. I'd be like, all right, I come
look
to the
how
right
confident
guy.
this guy's. Look at the frame of the picture. His head is the entire picture. It's cut off at his neck.
It's bad lighting.
Click the next one.
All right.
Does he have more pictures of him?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a video.
Oh, fuck. Ooh.
Okay, that's the girlfriend.
See, again, dude, this is all it is. This is all it is. That's all it is.
I'm fine with that though.
No, I am too. I will bring people to justice.
Right.
Until a fucking player from the LA Rams stabs me or something like that.
No, keep a distance, dude. We're doing Zooms right here, man. We're taking like.
But no, that's him. He's up in the grill. That ain't no cop.
Oh, no.
That's him.
You think that's him?
Oh, okay.
No, dude.
I don't think he would post a photo of some random innocent chick. I guess she's not innocent if she's involved here.
So, dude, that's the girlfriend. That's the mistress man.
You think that's what's going on? I mean,
Yeah,
listen, we don't know the whole story. I'll just have to call him.
Dude, just sitting at a fucking desk.
Yeah,
dude.
He's in the valley, too. I know that view. He's sitting in, like...
Really?
He's overlooking... That's like Studio City, like Universal City or whatever.
I want my PI to have an office downtown, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. No, dude, I want my PI to be working out of his house.
You think so?
I just want him to be like...
If he's working out
like
of town...
Bukowski Pulp, like that's
he's going to obsess.
Yes.
That's what
I want this to ruin this guy's life.
Mm-hmm.
Just Friends, yeah. This is perfect,
dude. I think he had video. Did he have a video?
You think he did?
Oh, he does. Do we want to do this?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Turn up the volume.
Well, if there's one day a year that the phone rings more frequently than others, that would be Valentine's Day.
That's Private Detective S. Brian Matthews. We had to cover his face because he works undercover.
It's on the Yelp
Finding
page.
unfaithful partners is one of his expert skills. He told me some things to look for in your significant other.
Suddenly has a lot of new clothing. They may notice a new cologne or perfume. Oftentimes, the phone rings or text messages will come in on a telephone where the individual will take the call in another room or avoid the call.
This guy's
and
really
watch
good.
the money. If you need a private detective, call LA Intelligence at 310.
Wow. That was the worst ad. This guy's barely. I mean, again, this is how you know this guy's good.
Sometimes when people are cheating on their spouses, they keep it a secret.
Yeah, he's like, sometimes if there's a call, they'll make sure that the other person doesn't hear that call.
Because then they might find out.
Yeah, I like how he blurred his face and then his fucking face is all over the Yelp page.
You didn't have
all
to do
over
that,
it.
dude. He has like headshots. Oh man, I don't LA Intel, dude. I don't trust him. I don't.
But here's the thing. Again, he's like, well, I can't show my face because I don't want the perps to know I'm coming. But how paranoid do you have to be cheating on your spouse and then being like, you know what? I feel like I'm gonna get caught. I'm going to facial recognize. I'm going to memorize the face of every private detective and see this guy in plain clothes on the street and be like, oh, that's him. I got to go.
It was like this was a commercial for him. And it was just like that was part of somebody's idea.
Yeah.
Like, let's blur out your face because that seems legit.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, no. Wow. Okay. So I'll do this. Yeah. I mean, this guy's got a cool office in the valley, dude. Overlooking the valley, I should say.
Dude, you know what? It'd be fun. Since we're buds, if we were private investigators together and we did like stakeouts together. Yeah. That'd be a job.
It would be fun.
Right.
You just hang out all night and try to catch. Like, honestly, it would be one of the coolest jobs. If you love drama, I do.
Relish.
I love drama.
Yeah.
I love drama so much I manufacture it. You know? Yeah. So, yeah, to just sit in a fucking SUV all night, drinking coffee, smoking cigarettes, listening to like Rage Against the Machine or something. And then
not too loud, though.
Not too loud.
Not too loud.
No. What would our stakeout vehicle be? It has to be something that like no one would.
We would have to look. We'd need like a van. We would have to look like two dudes in a van. Two dudes in a band. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like we would have to play off like our those guys. We also don't look like PIs. Like that guy, if I saw him in a car, I'd be like, who you working for?
This guy he has way too many police accessories and not enough police cars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The guy has got the utility belt of like mace and like it looks like a gun, like a straight up gun.
Yeah, are those guns or those tasers?
That's the question. You don't know. Are you going to test it?
No.
You going to get in this guy's grill and test it?
Are we going to carry guns?
Fuck yeah.
Okay, we're on the same page.
I will blast a motherfucker in the head if they try to attack me. I was like, hey, motherfucker, it's not my fault. No, I'm talking about self-defense. I'm not going to go out there and dome people out of my own good right.
Yeah.
No, but listen, when you start meddling people's lives and you're the reason a multi-million-dollar divorce starts.
Yeah.
Tensions start flare. I gotta have a piece, so I'll fucking dude.
Cool. Yeah, we need guns.
Yeah, locked up. I'd have like a shotgun. I would go that far. I would roll up like, all right, you've been caught.
Right. No, you'd come in with a gun.
Yeah, I would come in hot. I would be like, no matter. I was like, before you start to escalate this at all.
Yeah.
Just so we know who's in charge here.
Right.
You bust it.
Right.
Yeah.
I have this gun is cocked and it's pointing at you. So don't fucking try anything
don't
with
do
me.
it. Yeah.
You're
gonna
lost,
go down for
buddy.
this.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so funny, man. Yeah. Doing a real stakeouts are fun, and like trying to like catch people in a crime is fun.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I got a story.
Yeah.
Okay. I've mentioned that I used to work at a Radio Shack in the mall selling burner phones to drug dealers. That was my occupation
And
for a little
ruining
bit.
people's credit.
Ruining people's credit. Very important. That was a big part of my
that
job.
had no credit.
Did I tell you? Yeah, and I would go to the Applebee's in the mall during lunch break and drink 2 giant beers and come back drunk and fuck people's credit up. It was great. Anyway, so we like the Radio Shack I worked at. They also had a little kiosk in the mall, and you know that's like the guys you're just like walking through the mall. Some guys like, hey, can I ask what cell phone provider you have? And you're like, oh fuck this guy, you know. Well, we had one of those, right? Well, anyway, this guy who's working at the kiosk, one of my coworkers, he was like, dude, our boss is like, he's clocking in. He's saying he's clocking in at 8, but he's showing up at like noon. He's like time thief. He's stealing, and everyone hated the manager, you know.
Okay.
And he was like, "This is fucking bullshit,
Is the
man.
kiosk
He's
manager?
getting paid. Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, this guy's getting paid, and he's clocking in late, right?
Okay, all right.
Time thief, pretty classic
That's like
office crime.
that was the other one that I was gonna mention for a PI. They might do time thieves.
Yeah, time thief. So anyway, so this guy's like, you know what? I'm taking this shit in my own hands. Like he's doing this every day. He's robbing this company. He really was. He was robbing the company of a lot of money.
Radio
like,
Shack.
Which was listen. Radio Shack needed all the money they could. They were hawking warranties to drug dealers to stay afloat. If that's your business model,
you can't have people stealing time.
You're
dude.
on the way out.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, my buddy who was the worker, he was like, I'm gonna catch this guy. He was like, we're gonna fucking do this. I'm gonna report it to Radio Shack corporate, and we can get like a new manager. Like his heart was like in the right place.
He didn't like the boss.
He didn't like the boss, but
Yeah.
also the boss was being a shithead and like not doing his job.
Yeah.
So anyway, so this guy goes into our store and takes a set of security cameras off the shelf, like the Radio Shack brand security cameras.
All right.
Sets them up when this dude's off. Secretly hides them around this kiosk. This is how far into this we're going. This dude takes the cameras off, sets it up around the kiosk, and starts rolling, and has it rolling onto this like little SD card that has like what, I don't know, 64 gigs, something like that.
Enough.
So he starts rolling on it. And then one day he comes in and I'm just chilling there. He's like, I fucking got it, man. I'm like, what? And he's like, check this out. So we load it in the computer, start watching. And straight up, dude, a bunch of times he's got him. And it's like noon. And you can see it over his shoulder on the computer. He's changing the number to 8 a.m. He's like, we got it. And I was like, motherfucker, like, you fucking did it, dude. Like, this is it. So then the dude, he's like, I got the footage. He submits it to corporate, tells them, and they fired him for stealing company property and putting up cameras.
I kind of thought that's where it was going, dude.
They fired him and they kept the manager. The guy was stealing. He was straight up stealing for the company, like lying. And they were like, you're going to stay on because you're not a fucking rat like this guy. And they fired him.
Ooh.
They fired his ass for stealing company property.
He didn't. He just took the cameras.
He just put them up. He didn't take them home. He just installed them at the store.
But they were in the store and he put them in the kiosk.
Yeah, this is convoluted. Like no one cares about this, but like
No,
it was
it's
all the same.
important. It's important because
then
wait,
we'll
wait,
get
wait.
into this because
Here's the
the
minutia.
inventory was all the same. Nothing went missing. Like it was always there. They were just like in use.
Okay. All I want to ask. This is as the judge.
Yeah.
All right.
Which
Where did this man clock in? Where was he doing the manipulation of his time?
on a computer in this, the kiosk is not very big.
But it was in the kiosk.
It was in the kiosk.
And then he took the cameras from Radio Shack store to the kiosk.
Yes.
Yeah, he fucked up.
No, dude, it's all the same thing. Like
Guilty.
I'd say this is how because the kiosk was part of radio. Like it was all the same inventory. It was the same story. It was just like it's like having an office a little down the hall.
No, because that's just like phone cases and shit, dude.
I know, but it's still a Radio Shack store. Like no inventory went missing. Nothing was stolen. Nothing was taken out of company property.
Yeah, but it was this is conversion. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Well, here's the way. They wanted to fire him. They probably were just trying to cut back anyway. They're like, oh, we could fire him over this.
Doesn't matter. Fire him, fire there.
Yeah.
It's going out.
No, so he got fired, and then like the guy who actually was stealing from the company stayed on for like another 5 years until Radio Shack like went out of business, I guess.
Well, here's the thing. Those type of companies, most of them, like even like my parents, they owned a business. I remember they hired a manager, and dude, just hiring anyone. Everyone's a time thief, dude.
Oh,
like, they had cameras set up, and the guy he would come in, and he would hang out and just work before the store was open, because it's an arcade, right? So you got to be there when people are playing games and the games are breaking.
Yeah,
but he would come in, he'd get his hours at the beginning of the day, just come in, hang out, like do work, like just like not even work for the arcade. He'd just like hang out while no one was there. And it was just so
he was leaving early.
Yeah, and he would be like, "Oh, I already got all my hours. I can't come in." So it's basically, if you're this is my point is, if you're Radio Shack, if you're corporate, basically they're gonna say, "Duh."
Yeah, no, for sure.
People steal, dude.
Yeah. No, they know.
Yeah.
Time theft is part of running a business. You're not going to get 100% efficiency out of everybody.
No.
You're just not, because no one wants to do their job. People want to go home and watch football and jerk off and eat steaks or something. I don't know what people do.
That sounds nice.
It does sound nice,
Yeah,
but
that's what I want to do.
that's what so when you got steaks and jerk off and football in people's minds constantly, they're not gonna be sitting there being like, would you like to get the protection plan on this guy? No, dude, they're not gonna do that. They don't care.
Since we're on this road, I think the only way
that's why sweatshops are so effective.
Right.
There's nothing
There's no
outside
alternative.
of it.
Yeah.
This is your life.
Well, I think what it is it's you gotta make people. All right, you got to value your job. If you want good work, you got to give something. You got to make sure that the people want to keep that job. If you go in, if you're at Radio Shack and you're like, you know what? If I got fired or didn't get fired, it'd be the same to me. It would affect me emotionally the same, because I don't care either way.
Yeah. Well, it's like that thing, dude. I remember one time, like a brewery I heard like lets their employees drink for free, like just on the job. They're just like, you can just drink whatever you want whenever you want.
Yeah.
And then people were like, isn't this crazy? Have we talked about this maybe? He's
not
like,
on the podcast, but
the owner was, someone asked him, they're like, don't you think that's kind of crazy to let your employees just like drink as much beer as they want all day? And he was like, if you tell them they can have 3 free beers every shift, they'll drink 5.
Yeah.
So the thought process being, I'm just going to step away. Odds are you guys aren't going to be drinking 7 beers a day.
Right.
But mentally, I've tricked you into thinking that you have control and be like, oh, I'm allowed to just do whatever I want. But in reality, this is like psychological manipulation we're talking about here. This is the class system, my dude. This is what Karl Marx was talking about. You got to own the means of production, right? This is another conversation.
Well,
but
I think not to keep it, to not like go deep into communism, but I think with manipulation, in terms of like, you ever read How to Win Friends and Influence People?
No.
It's a good book on manipulating people into doing what you want by being friendly and being nice. But I mean, mainly what that is here's a way to manipulate people. If you say, don't drink on the job, don't be drinking beers, don't be pouring yourself beers.
Yeah.
You better not.
Yeah.
You better. You're in trouble. You're fired. Then when you get away with it, when you pour yourself a beer and you drink on the job, you're like, I got away with it. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I got it and I rightfully stole it.
Yeah.
But if the manager says, hey guys, don't drink on the job. We're not gonna if you are drinking on the job, we're not gonna say anything. We're not gonna fire you on the spot, but just as a integrity thing, we don't want our bartenders.
Yeah, you
drinking
remove
on the
the competition.
Yes, but
you remove the challenge.
Yeah, you say we're not gonna fire you if you are.
People want a challenge.
Yeah.
People want to be like, oh, you say I can't do this? Well, I'm going to show you that I can.
Yes.
And so when you remove that element of being like, there is no competition, you know?
So you can drink,
I'm getting rich off you.
Yeah. Yeah. You just say it
you can drink 30. This is real mental manipulation.
Yeah.
So if you own a business, this is how I would be when I run my Papa John's franchise. I'd be like, guys, you can steal 40 pizzas a day and I'm still a millionaire.
Oh.
And then people will be like, wait a second. And I was like, guys, steal all the pizza you want. I don't care.
Right.
I'm making bank off you guys.
You can't steal enough pizza to make me poor.
Yeah.
Just know that. But obviously they could.
No. I would set it up.
They're going to be challenged then. They're going to be like, all right, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, steal 50 pizzas. The move then would be like, okay, I stole 70 pizzas and I donated it to a homeless shelter.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, you're fired for stealing company.
Yeah, for sure.
That is
lesson
the
learned. That's gonna.
Dude, I like how when we like daydream about jobs we want to have, they're all super manipulative, dark jobs. We're talking about being a PI.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Busting people. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. We just want something a little sexy.
Right, yeah, dude.
You just want something a little sexy. You know, you don't want to stare at code all day or fucking edit videos. No, dude. I want to see someone fucking their secretary and getting it on film and be like, yeah, bitch. And then you flip it all the way around. Be like, I got hired. I will delete this video in front of you if you pay me $100,000,
dude.
Yes, dude.
Yeah, double agent.
Flip.
Then you have no.
And then skip town.
Yeah, that's the crazy. Here's what. But you become then. All right, you unite the people that were driven apart by a common enemy, which is you, because you flip on them and you're like, you know what, guys, $45,000 and
this goes.
You know what the story is? Didn't find you cheating. Yeah. You're a respectable guy. Then at that point. Then you go and you flip it back on them. And then you just double cross so many times, and you're just collecting money to the point where the two of them are like, "Hey, you've been talking to this PI. You making deals with him? Like, I fucking hate you right now because you've been cheating on me, but I hate this PI more.
This guy's a piece of shit.
Let's kill him.
He fleeced both of us.
Yeah,
yeah. This is the move. So you go to this lady says, "Hey, my husband's cheating." Okay, great. I'm so sorry. Half up front. That's the deposit. That's for my risk, you know. Yeah. You take that chick's money, you go out, catch this guy, extort him for $50,000.
Right.
Say, hey, I'll delete this clip. You smash it in front of him. Boom.
Right.
We're a 2-man team. I got the other camera.
Yeah. There's 2 videos.
So then we go back in the van, take my footage, go back to the other lady, get our second half of the money.
Yeah.
Bada bing.
We're making enemies, dude.
Yeah. No, this is how you get killed.
Yeah, I know.
But it would be a fun ride, dude.
We'd make $45,000 and then die.
Yeah, I'd have just enough money to like buy a guitar.
Yeah, I know.
Before I get my fucking head blown off in an alley.
I think here's what the real move would be. If we were gonna really do a long con, I think it would take 5 years. Okay, hear me out.
Okay, I'm in.
No, 10.
Yeah. All right, dude.
So we start a small PI firm. All right, and the thing is, we gotta get good. Okay.
Yeah.
We gain a reputation around town, and we kind of work our way up. Finally, we kind of have a big client. Let's say it's 2 law firms.
Yeah.
One of them,
Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Steph Curry hires us.
Yeah.
Because he thinks his wife's cheating.
So, Aisha Curry, whatever, is that her name?
Yeah.
And we figured out, like, she's cheating. We double cross her. We go to her. We like, hey, so it's gonna be $2 million. All right.
Yeah.
She's like, okay.
Okay.
She's flustered. Yeah. She doesn't really know what to do. She's caught in the act.
All she knows is that if she doesn't pay up, her life is over.
Right. She can buy herself time with $2 million.
That's how you get people, dude.
Yes. So then we go back to Steph, and we say, okay, well, not only that, so we just go, we expose her. Okay.
Yeah.
We expose her. Oh, you know what we need is we need double dirt. So we need dirt on
Steph.
Let's say we got dirt on Steph.
Yeah.
And then we go back and we have leverage on both of them, and then we, at the end of it, they pay us $5 million, and we go away. But we got $5 million, and then we gotta like kind of move to. We're back in Venezuela. So you're Mario Rodriguez.
Yeah. So you're saying that's the game, is to unite people and being like, hey, turns out we're both pieces of shit.
Right.
Maybe we should just try again.
Maybe we should, but they would say maybe we should try again, unite and kill Zach and Joey because they fucked us.
Yeah. Which, by the way, no person in their right mind would ever hire a team of private investigators named Zach and Joey. We sound like a fucking Nickelodeon show that follows iCarly, bro. Yeah. No one's hiring us for shit. All right, that ain't happening.
All right, well, I'm Joseph then.
You're Joseph?
Who are you?
I don't know. I feel like I would have to
Zachary?
No, I'd have to switch it up to just be like ZD Powers. Like initials.
Dude, Z the initial
is bad. It's worse. Yeah, you're right, actually.
It's too extreme.
Yeah, I have a name. I could never be a PI. No one would ever. Zach the private investigator. That you feel like that guy's gonna steal your identity.
Well, what's
first.
your full name? Zachary?
Zachary, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't.
It would have to be ZD.
Yeah.
It'd have to be.
ZD? Yeah, ZD and Joseph.
ZD and Joseph.
Yeah, why are we going with our first names? It's
Yeah, that's a good-
Powers,
that's a good
Bertov,
idea.
Bertov Powers. Dude.
No, that's even worse. That's even more incriminating. You can't do last names. That's why all these things are called like Eagle Eye investigators,
Oh,
because
that's
they're like,
true.
we don't want you to know our name.
We'll come up with something.
Yeah, we'll think of something. We'll find it. The bottom line is we're gonna exploit people.
Nobody's investigating.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nobody's
nobody's
dumb. What a dumb thing
Nobody's
to
cheating.
say.
Ancient pyramids. Black holes. Who did 9/11?
I have a theory.
So we were at the Second City comedy show. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Should we back this up?
How
Is there any
how far
preface
back
to
you want to
this?
go?
There is no preface to this. I got booked.
Yeah. You okay for the
trash Second City
for that show
on a comedy.
for that show?
There's some people in 1998 are still trying to get careers. I can't
Yeah.
trash Second City, you know.
I wouldn't
Someone
worry-
watched 30 Rock
I
one
would-
time, and now
yeah.
they're trying to get a career. Hey, it's only $2,000, and maybe you'll meet somebody, but no guarantee.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
I would say, okay, you've put words in quotes before quite a few times.
Yeah.
And I've like I kind of like stood by the legitimacy of the things you're putting in quotes. This one you should put booked in quotes.
Yeah. I got booked on a show at Second City. It turns out it was just kind of like an open mic thing where people were doing 3 minutes. It was really bad.
You can say that.
It was bad. It was a bad show. But I'll let you kind of take it from here. The table's been set.
Okay, so watching this show, it took me back to doing stand up and doing open mics, and like I'm done. I'm like that was like the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
That was just like, oh yeah, I remember this.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing it. But I was thinking this. Here's my theory. LA comedians, first of all, everyone's a comedian. And
In
nobody's
LA.
funny.
Yeah.
All right. So this is like, dude, the comedian. There were. I think there was one guy at the show. That guy. I think his name was
Kanye West? Oh, dude. That's not a shitty Kanye West joke. There was a guy actually at this mic. What's happening? Are we being bombed in Iraq? No one can hear this, but it sounds like we're in Fallujah. No, it's just a fucking motorcycle.
Oh, it's a car.
Guy. There was a chopper though, and I heard sirens. I was like, "What the fuck is happening?" We
got
got caught on, dude. We got to get the PIs, dude.
It's we're gonna keep doing this podcast, but it's entirely possible that there is like there's
a police situation.
Yeah, there might be a police. Like we might hear a gunshot.
All right, well, it's locked. We're good. No one's shooting us. We haven't even started our PI career yet.
That is true. It is true, but like there's a combination of enough things, like the chopper, hearing the siren. There's enough to make
a nice little cocktail of danger.
Yes, there is. It's basically all.
And also, it does sound like that motorcycle's outside your door, and we're pretty far away from the street.
They might be heading.
Don't
out.
worry, the police shot the guy.
I am
and they killed him.
like a little bit though. I was scared. If you look back at the camera, you'll see my like genuinely
See a little
scared
fear.
face.
No, it's okay. They shot the guy in the head.
Good.
Yeah, because he was holding a phone. But anyway, so continue.
Ah man. Okay, so Second City, we're there, and I think people are encouraged. They're like, oh, you should be a comedian too. So now every person that was an actor, everyone's encouraged them to be a content creator.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I got to do stand up too. So now there's just a abundance of stand ups. So here's the theory. I think these people, these like old actors, they're like, oh, I'm an actor, but now I'm going to be a comedian.
Yep.
I think during the day they get on meme pages.
Yeah.
They get on meme
yes,
pages,
dude.
and then they regurgitate the memes they've seen. Because
Yes.
I'm there, and I'm listening to like 4 or 5 different comedians, and I'm thinking, I was on the toilet today reading a meme with that joke.
Yeah, no, you're 100% nailed.
Am I right?
Yes,
Yeah.
you're right. Because here's the thing. The issue in LA is that like basically comedy has skyrocketed so much, and comedy is so profitable for like media companies because it's cheap as fuck to shoot a special. And if you're famous like Dave Chappelle, it's going to get a ton of views, right? So that's like the one side of it. But then the thing is now the comedies, we're in such a comedy boom that when you live in a town like LA, everyone's like, oh, I can do this. Or the real problem is that actors have started to think that their thoughts have like value,
right? And
that they should say things, but in reality, they're just they're pretty, and that's why they're supposed to just read. Right. You're a hunk. You're just supposed to read what some fat nerd like me writes in a writer's room.
Know your role.
Know your role. Anyway, so that's what's going on, and you're right. What it is you see a lot of people who are clearly new, and that's fine. But then, like, you see that, like, it's almost like they studied, like, crammed the night before finals.
Yeah.
And you'll hear, like, dude, sometimes I'll hear, like, a Louis joke, like, verbatim. Sometimes I'll hear, like, a straight up, I was like, oh, that's from Hilarious. That's, like, his most famous special. Like, you see people basically crack open the textbook of comedy and start storing just, like, little nuggets in their head. And
that's what it is. I
regurgitating
think it's like,
them.
Yeah. It's, I don't think it's, like, it's just subliminal. It's basically they think they have an idea, but they watched Hilarious.
There's a lot of people who are just actors who are like, you know what? I could also add comedian to my reel.
Right.
All I got to do is do a one open mic, then go to Flappers, get my shitty little tape that no one will watch. They'll just see me talking on stage and be like, comedian, booked.
Right.
Boom, you're a comedic actor. That's the problem about working, like, working, again. That's the problem about being in, like, the entertainment world, as we sort of are, in whatever level of hell we exist in. I'm not saying we're up here crushing, but we are in it. We're in hell.
For sure.
We're in it.
We're in it.
So you start to see that, like, yeah, dude, it's so common of just, like, actors who are like, dude, I went to a fucking mic one time, and the guy hosting it was just, he was on The Bachelor. Like, he was one of the contestants on The Bachelor.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
And he actually ended up getting kicked off. He was talking about it on stage. He got kicked off because of some Me Too shit. It was actually interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, okay, it actually was interesting. But no, it was not funny.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we sat at this show. What was that? What did I say on stage? The thing? Like describing, I said it.
You compared it to a methadone clinic.
I said it felt like the talent show at a methadone clinic.
Yeah.
That was what it felt like. Okay.
It was the thing. Here I'm gonna go through the tropes of open micers that made this place suck. First of all, I'll start with the good. All right.
Yeah. We should go down this whole, because we did this one time where we were talking about types of open mic comedians. People liked that, so maybe we should dig into this a little bit more.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go through the respectable ones.
Yeah, do that.
Okay. The respectable ones. There was the dude. He was gay. He had super short shorts. Effeminate black man. Yeah. He came in and he was
funny.
He had jokes.
Yeah.
Dude, that's when I'm like, okay, so him, I'm like, all right, he came prepared. He was working on stuff. Dude was professional. Okay. And then we had the like manic. We had the manic dude who is just, he claimed to have something. He claimed to have written an act, but then he said, oh, you know what? I'm just going to come in and talk about this. I'm just going to talk about this. And then, I think it's so interesting.
This is a common one, by the way.
It's just like, I want to talk about, y'all was talking about this, so I want to talk about this. I'm going to talk about it. And then they'll say the premise, and then they'll say, yeah, that's like weird, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, you got to have something.
No. Yeah. No, this is a common one. This is the comic who took the comedy as therapy too seriously. Yeah, man. When in reality, be like, no, you actually need mental health evaluations. Right. You're a troubled person who's just yelling.
Comedy is therapy, but therapy is not necessarily comedy.
Comedy, dude, if you're doing comedy right, it's pushing you towards jumping off the golden braid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it's not safe. If you're ever in a place where you're like, comedy's really, if you're ever a comedian and you're in a spot where you're like, you know what, doing this comedy, it's really helping me figure yourself out, find out where I should go in my life, you probably suck. All right?
Right.
There's no way. If you feel like you're walking towards the light, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. If you've turned comedy because things are rough, they're not going to get better.
If you're like, comedy has really turned my life around, you haven't even cracked the surface.
Dude, how many people do we know that I remember talking to people in Cincinnati? They were like, yeah, you know, I started doing comedy and I just love it. I just like, it's all I want to do. Like, it's all I can think about. Like, and I'm like, and then I'm at the same open mic with them. There's like nobody's there. You're like the 20th person to go. I'm like, you love it?
Yeah.
You love this shit?
Yeah. You having fun? You having fun?
Yeah.
No, comedy, like, in my opinion, real comedy is like when you're like, because this is how I do legitimately feel. I'm like, you know what, dude? I like always have to do stand-up. I'm always thinking about jokes. Like, every day, I'm like, I want to be a comedian. And then also every day, I'm like, I want to quit comedy.
Yeah.
Every day has to just be a constant AC/DC switch of the poles,
right?
Where you're just like, I'm happy. What am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, and you're screaming alone in your car, driving all over the city,
right?
Wasting gas to just stand around 30 other sad people, and you're like,
dude, life.
But hey, dude, I might get a CISO special. So
hey, what's
it
all for?
The door is wide open.
But you gotta quit. It's. I mean, we've talked about this. This is my mantra. Life is sacrifice.
Yeah, life is sacrifice.
So
life is pain.
Life is pain. But you know what, dude? You know how you can make your life less painful?
Yeah.
And significantly less interesting?
Yeah.
Quit comedy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's the safer bet.
You'll have this like mild level of like chill. You'll just, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna watch OSHA fail videos for 4 hours tonight.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
No,
not good.
No, see, you've already gone too far. When you start quitting comedy is when you get into this place. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna stay home tonight. I'm gonna watch Bring the Funny on NBC.
Oh,
and just have a good night and just kind of relax. I'm gonna watch America's Got Talent and just hang out. Wait for my son to call me.
Yeah, No, you do get into
It can. I think what we know is that there's a dark place on both sides of comedy. It's never.
Well, I think even just like I mean, I'm trying to think of the right word. I don't want to say artist because I just don't want to sound like
don't do that.
Cunt.
Yeah,
but because I do that too. Like I'm always doing something. I just don't have the mentality. Dude, I'm gonna sound like a dick. I'm not even gonna finish this sentence because I'm gonna sound like such a dick.
Do it.
Like I don't have I can't just go home and chill.
No,
I can't just go home and chill.
That doesn't make you sound like a dick. I'm the same way.
You got to be doing something.
Yeah, but like you're not saying, okay, it'd be different if you're like, you know what, man? I can't even understand people who like don't do anything creative or artistic. I'm not even saying that. I don't give a fuck. But like, I think we do know that if you're a person, you need something to like occupy your brain that's not work.
Right.
You need to have some kind of like hobby or something that like you can get done and be like, I'm going to put my effort towards this goal. It might be working out. You might be a carpenter. You might be painting, birdhouses for jail inmates. I don't know what your deal is.
I think it's okay. You know what? Here's what I think those people do. I think they get genuine satisfaction from their jobs. So those people that can go home and like watch the entire Staircase one night when they got home from work, I think those people
because they feel like they did something that day. Yeah, I've never had that feeling, so I don't. I think that's really what the issue is. Yeah, it's people do comedy because they're not getting the fulfillment. They're not getting the most out of life in whatever their situation was.
That's okay. So here's the thing. You know what I believe? I believe, let's say, if this was successful and it like made us money, and we had our entire time to devote to this, I think this could be. We would do some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, well, you could say that about a lot of things, What
do you mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. The bottom line is if you're getting paid to do something you like, then yeah. But I'm always either way,
But I think the level of commitment we could put into it, we'd be Joe Rogan twins.
Well, I think what you're saying is that like if you get paid to do comedy, you can devote more time to doing it.
Right. Yeah.
You don't have to have a bullshit day job. All you can do is just sit around thinking about that, and then in turn the product would get better.
Right.
Which would.
I'm saying we got like a strong work ethic, and I think if we had more time.
Yeah.
This is obvious. What am I talking about?
Yeah, I know. I was trying to follow you here, but no, I feel like I get what you're saying. You get the point of it. But the bottom line is there's too many comedians.
Let's go back to the fucking yes.
You're talking about the types of comedians.
I have the other one.
The manic one.
There's the manic one. He just comes out and he says he wants to talk about whatever came to his mind during other people's sets. The thing is, though, he'll start talking about that. He hasn't put any forethought in it, and he hasn't put any subconscious thought into it. So there's nothing.
No, there's no substance.
There's nothing to talk about.
No, that's the thing is people think that just because they had a thought, that it's like a joke and it's fine. Dude, comedy is so bad nowadays that like you basically go and you're like, all right, if you see someone who at least tells a joke, and I'm using words deliberately here.
Yeah.
Someone who's like set up punchline tag, you're like, oh my God. Like,
right.
That's crazy. Especially now in this LA like new world of like cool comedians. Whatever it's called. So I was talking to this girl and I'm like, dude, like what are we doing? Like this shit's crazy. And I was like telling her, I'm like, man, you can't be coming over here all the time. And like you're like, what? And the guy's like got like 70,000 Instagram followers. You're like, what the fuck is happening? And you're just like, you feel me? Like white people like for real. Like, by the way, I'm doing an impersonation of a white guy.
Right.
That's how meta this joke is. These are actually white nerdy comedians in LA who look like me and going up there and be like, dude, white people, like, they loving these acai bowls, man. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Yo, it's crazy. Yo, like, for real, though? Like, I'm just trying. Yeah. Like, that's the whole thing.
Dude, there is that, like, yeah, for real though.
Like they're talking with you.
Do
like,
this.
hey guys, we're cool. Like,
right.
we're all in this together. Like, what's up, guys? Like, isn't that great? Like, no, dude, no.
Okay, here's
no.
The ultimate phrase of a comedian who is ill prepared, thinks that they can just wing it without any preparation is, it's like crazy.
Yeah. It's like crazy. It's like
It's like crazy, right?
Yeah, no, it's like crazy, right? Followed by this. It's like crazy, right? Like. This isn't even like a joke. This is just like my life, which we've talked ad nauseum about.
Right, yeah. It's like crazy or whatever.
It's just like crazy.
That, like, it's crazy or whatever is them saying, I'm too lazy to come up with something profound and interesting to say about it. I don't know how I feel. I don't know that I'm prepared.
It'd be like,
and I thought you'd be laughing by now.
I feel like if I can make an analogy for this, and again, I'm not saying, listen, come see me do comedy sometime. You'll be like, this guy doesn't have it figured out. But I will say this: I feel like comedy is sort of like these people who are doing this behavior that we're talking about. It's like fishing, right? It'd be like if you were fishing in the middle of a lake and you got a bite, and you're like, I caught a fish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's more to it. You could have a thought, be like, oh, that's funny, but like, it's not a joke. Then you have to like start digging deeper and be like, wait, why is that funny? And you just like, the work isn't like just having the thought.
Yes.
If you're awake in this fucking simulation we live in, you're gonna have a thought. But then the whole thing is, why is that funny? And how can I package this in a way that will make sense out of my brain? So now we have this whole thing of people who are going in there and they're like, just because I had this thought that basically wasn't, hey, rent's due in 3 days, don't forget that. Right. Just because I had one thought that was somewhat wild, I can just go on stage and say it. And it's like, yeah, you can, but let's not call this comedy. There's no beginning, middle, and end. It's just like a thing. It's just like, it's literally just, there have been some people I feel like who succeeded so well, like stream of consciousness comedy.
Yeah, but you gotta be like, those people are next level, like savants.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So like, it's a talent,
right?
But like, even then, like, you know that there are punchlines hidden all throughout it.
Yes,
that are just so subtly kind of smoothed in there
that they can do organically and on the spot.
Yes,
but you, my friend, can't.
But it's
Nor
like,
can I.
Yes, I know.
Cannot. I'm not saying I can, but when I went to open mics, I would come knowing I came prepared because I knew I wasn't arrogant enough to think that I could just have a stream of consciousness on stage and think that it was funny nor interesting. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you have to have a certain level of delusion to be able to do it. But yeah, you're right. The bottom line is that you can't just go up there with a couple thoughts and be like, oh, I got a tight 5.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like, I got a tape of me at Flappers saying this shit.
Right.
Somebody book me. And you're like, no. Meanwhile, again, who do we compete with? Live League, okay?
Right.
Hey, that's a funny set. Meanwhile, I just watched 3 kids get mugged on bikes, lighting off firecrackers, blowing some motherfucker's hand off on Live League.
Yeah.
My level of sensory overload is way above this.
Like, to sit quietly in a little tiny room and hear someone talk about Tinder.
Yeah. Oh God, dude. Someone on Tinder, dude. And then you got people reinforcing this too, like Lily Singh.
Wait, we like Lily,
dude.
We're rooting for Lily.
That sounds like I'm being pretentious and like condescending.
From
like
coming from you, it does. From me, it doesn't.
I'll just have to be upfront with it, dude. I tried watching it. It was so bad. It was bad Tinder jokes. It's horrible. It's literally if those jokes were told by some random chick at an open mic, it would be crickets. You would hear glasses clinking at the bar. Like.
Right.
It's just so I don't know, but that's just like a hack premise now. And now you got me thinking in the beginning, like who are the open micers?
Oh, I have more.
I have one that I see a lot.
Okay, you want to go first?
I'll go first. Sure.
Right.
Here's a common one: the 43-year-old chick who just got divorced.
Oh,
and she's kind of restarting her life. And then now, like, she's like finally doing comedy. Which again, this sounds pretentious as fuck. I'll own up to that, but it's so common. Yeah. I've seen it so many times that like it is a thing. So like, is it pretentious of me to say this? Yes. Is it also true? Absolutely. Okay.
It's more true than it is pretentious of you.
That's why it's pretentious, because it is true.
Yeah.
It's because you don't want to see me say it, but it's true. I've been in so many, and it's not just women, by the way. A lot of guys who like, I just got divorced and it was either this or start taking CrossFit classes, so here I am. And then they'll just like rattle off like a David Cross joke. And you're like, what the fuck? Like,
at least they came with a joke, even if it wasn't their own.
Yeah, I at least respect that.
Yeah, honestly, that's joke. Like, I'm like, hey, man.
I don't care if you wrote it. I just want to. I'm like, oh, I did like that David Cross joke. Yeah.
Like, remind me of a David Cross joke I like, at least, but don't just go on. I think people have this like romantic, like that woman or man. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Have that romantic idea. They get divorced and then they go to an open mic and then crush, and it turns them on like a completely new trajectory in their life.
People watch the show Crashing one time and they're like, "This is it. Next week I'm sitting on Bill Burr's couch and I'm opening for him."
They move pretty fast, but I do think they do a good job in that show of displaying how fucking awful it is doing open mics.
Yeah, that's why I didn't like watching that show, because I was like, I don't want to relive my already shitty life.
Right.
I don't want to go back in this. But yeah, so that's one is the new divorcee. What was yours?
Okay, I got one. I got one more. Then we should probably wrap or soon.
I guess. Yeah, we're getting close.
Okay. This is, you'll know the guy that I'm talking about, but it's the guy that comes on and he'll say something outrageous, and it's not a great joke, but it's like, he says it like a punchline. He's like, guess that one's just me, huh?
No, that one's just for me.
And then he'll just sit there and kind of embrace the no laughter, and then he'll be like, I thought that one was good.
Yeah.
And then, so it's like, here's how I felt, dude. Here's how I felt during that mic. And coming from this archetype that I'm talking about right now, it's me. I was just there as a spectator. So I felt like the entire time I was being yelled at. Like I was being reprimanded. I was like, why aren't you you suck. Yeah. You suck. And I'm like, I don't know what to do.
That's how you know you're at a good comedy show, when everybody's making you feel bad about existing there.
I felt, here's the thing. This is what I didn't like about those open mic comedians, is they were talking to me, and then every time they would do a joke, nobody would laugh. And then they would look at me and be like, why aren't any of you laughing? I'm like, you were just us. You were
literally just on this side of the equation.
And you didn't laugh either. You know why you're not laughing.
You're not funny.
Nothing is funny.
This isn't funny. Right. Yeah. No, that's the thing. I never understood that. Like, I cannot understand people who like turn on a crowd. Like, maybe I don't have enough confidence.
Yeah.
There's so many cases of like a comedian who like turned on the crowd and it was hilarious. I couldn't do it. Because I would just start legitimately personally attacking people, and it would not be funny.
If a crowd's rude, if it's rude, then you can just be like, all right, I'm going to like look beyond the lights and personally attack.
Yeah.
But if it's just people that are like polite people and they're giving you their attention,
yes,
you can't be mad. Like,
that's true. I've turned on some crowds before just because like I looked out and everybody was texting, and then I'm like, you guys are pieces of shit.
Yeah.
But like if they are all watching and I'm like, that's why you'll never hear me on stage be like, oh, I guess, sorry, you guys didn't like that one. I'll be like, oh, I'm not funny. Like, that's what you'll see it start happening in my brain where I'll tell a joke and the whole room is paying attention and it bombs. I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm an imposter.
You should feel
this
that
is all
way.
a sham. Yes, you should. That's why. See, if you don't feel like you're a sham all the time,
right.
I don't think you're actually trying. I really don't. And like whatever realm of life you're talking about,
totally.
if you don't feel like an imposter all the time, I feel like you're not actually trying.
Or that's the thing. You're not at the top of your game. So you should have always this level of people are going to find me out.
Yeah.
You should. And that was the thing. So every time this guy did a joke, I'd be like, I tried to give him something. So that's
where you can't do that though.
Every like 11 seconds. This was me at the open mic.
Yeah, you can't do that though. You taught me this, and I don't even know if you remember this, dude. No. Like 4 years ago, whatever, right when I first started doing comedy, I remember like we were at Maudie's, the upstairs bar, Cincy by the Lakes, where they had shows there, and you would always sit like right in the front and just kind of like watch.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't like laugh out loud at people. I remember like one time we were talking about it, you're like, yeah, I'm not going to fake laugh for people. Like, they deserve an honest reaction. The jokes aren't going to get better if I bullshit them. And I was like, he's fucking right.
Oh, I cared more then.
Yeah. So ever since you said that, though, I'm like, he's right. Like, dude, there's nothing. Dude, I, like, think about putting a gun in my mouth when I'm at a comedy show. And, like, and it's just shitty, fucking jaded comedians who hate life. And they're all just sitting there. And, like, someone will tell a joke. And then someone in the back will be like, ha. And I'm like, oh, fuck you.
Right.
Like, don't fucking... You're just making a noise that says, hey, I kind of thought that was funny. But you're not actually laughing. So it's like, why are we settling for this thing, right?
Right.
Like, isn't the goal to make people be like, oh my fuck... Like, actually... Laughing is not a choice.
Joy.
Like, if true laughter is not a choice.
No, it gets... Like, when you can...
Right?
You know when you can get someone... When someone's like... It's like tickling someone.
Yes.
They just, as much as they don't want to do it, they can't.
You can't. That's what we're going for.
Right.
That's the goal. All right.
Yeah. To make someone experience the joy of being tickled.
I don't ever want to be like performing comedy and someone in the crowd's like, all right, I'll decide to do this. Ha ha.
Yeah.
Like, oh, no. I want to be up there being like, Epstein was innocent. And people are like, what the fuck?
Hey,
like,
that's at least something. If someone would have said, like, everyone, okay, there was definitely a moment in that open mic where I thought the guy might open fire.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
There was a moment he comes out and he's like, I'm Kanye West. And if you've seen any open mic, there's always some guy that does some like avant-garde thing.
Yeah.
That there's usually a guy that does like an Alex Leeds who does something funny that's kind of avant-garde.
Yeah.
And then there's always the guy that just comes out and does some nonsense.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
Yeah.
And this guy comes out and he says something like, my mom died. My dad died. And at that point, I'm like,
yeah. No, there's some people.
Jacket looks like it could carry a lot of stuff.
I bet you're packing heat. Yeah. No, some people are so... Sometimes I see people and I'm like, man, this person is so bad at comedy that they clearly have no regard for human life.
Yeah.
Like, they clearly, like, you ever see someone who's, like, so troubled that you're like, wow, life is cheap in your brain, isn't it?
Right. Yeah.
We're all replaceable, aren't we? It's like the Joker, dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, it is. It is.
This guy up there, like, y'all laugh someday. And next thing you know, he's driving a car through a crowd of people in Charlottesville. And you're like, what? I should have laughed. I'm sorry.
And they're like, oh, you would have no idea that I have nothing to lose. Well, I have everything to
Joke's on you.
Yeah. You just see them that they just see directly through you, and you're like, this isn't good.
Yeah.
This guy's not recognizing my humanity, and he's getting mad.
Yeah, you can see in people's eyes, like mad dog eyes sometimes. You know what I'm saying? They're like a rabid dog, and they're just waiting to bite something. And then this is like, dude, some of these people doing comedy, and you know that they're really thinking about like doing a mass shooting. Is you're like watching them, and you're like, this is like when you give a dog a chew toy, and it's like playing around, like not letting go. You're like, in reality, it could just be like, and then just like bite your wrist.
Face off.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Sometimes it's like, oh, what is the power you're actually capable
Once
of?
the dog's like, what if I just bit his goddamn face?
If I bite his throat, then I'll have the toy forever.
The dog just changes his mind, makes it a little more interesting.
Yeah, just ups the stakes a little bit, dude. Just a little bit. But I will say, you know, at the end of the day, unless there's someone there who are like, you know what? This guy has a manifesto.
Yeah.
It's probably not a good comedy show. You need that little element of danger.
I could do without the manifestos, dude.
Yeah.
So many.
There are a shocking amount of them.
It's like kind of interesting when it first happens, like the people that you're like, all right, this person has got some incoherent nonsense to say, and then you see so many of them. But that one did strike me as one that I felt a little bit threatened, man.
Yeah. No, I did. Yeah. I was sitting there. I'm like, boy. Yeah, we could be in a BuzzFeed article here soon. Sorry, that's the wrong. We could be in an AP news article.
Yeah,
soon.
for sure. Yeah,
we could be a news alert on the TV here
with
soon.
the most serious, not fluff piece.
Yes,
yeah.
BuzzFeed was the wrong analogy. We're about to be a Reuters.
Hard news.
We're about to be dude. We're about to be a BBC article. Okay, that's not good. That's how you know shit went south when you end up on the BBC. You're like, I'm in Missouri. That's not good.
Yeah. You don't want to be breaking news.
Yeah. You never want to be breaking news.
You don't want to be news that comes from a text on your cell phone.
Yeah, you can't be that guy. Well,
shit, I had one more thing.
If you're on the fence about doing comedy, I think you should listen to this over again and just really think about if it's something you could.
Well, here's the thing, because I believe people have to make mistakes for themselves. I think if you're on the fence, if you kind of like always wanted to try comedy, just go to one open mic. See if you like it.
Yeah, just go to one and do it. No, I think everyone should do comedy, but like.
I did. I just encouraged everyone.
Actually, I don't believe that. I said that, and then as I was saying, I was like, I don't actually believe that. No, I don't think that. There's too many, and it's making me angry. It's hard. I said it in a really condescending way. So I basically am saying, go do it. Realize what it is. Look at it in the face. Look at it. It's not what you imagined it would be, and then don't. Think about having no credit when you're 37 and be like, it's comedy's gonna save my life.
That's the thing. You need other buns in the oven. Dude.
You gotta have other buns in the oven. You got to.
Right. I think about that and I'm like, you know what?
If you don't, that's when you're the manifesto guy on the stage with a big old packet of words.
Right.
And you're like, I know half of these aren't ever going to see the light of day.
Yeah.
Except posthumously.
Right.
Posthumously, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. So, dude, I think lesson of this podcast is you got one bun in the oven. Put another bun in there. Put 2, 3, 4 if you can fit it. Yeah, if you can fit it. But find other...
odds are one of them is going to get burned.
Oh.
If not all of them.
If it's comedy, it's like a souffle, dude.
Yeah.
You got to be...
watching it.
So
and
close,
It is like a souffle because you almost certainly will screw it up.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just need a little bit of luck. And then at the end of the day, jerk someone off with your souffle. And it'll keep rising, you know?
That's how souffles work. You
We're
know what?
this?
Here's
we
what.
good?
Yeah, we're good. But you know what the French bread, like the easiest thing to bake is of the buns in the oven?
Sourdough?
No, this is the metaphor for. Is sourdough the easy one? I don't know. I've never baked bread in my life, so I don't even know what's easy.
I don't know.
This is the garlic bread. This is the pre-cooked garlic,
Texas
frozen
toast.
garlic. This is Texas toast.
Texas.
So the Texas toast is like working out.
Yeah,
because it's the most basic thing. It's like there's no nuance to it. It's just like, dude, if you get on a fucking treadmill, your body will change.
Something will happen.
Yeah,
you'll sweat and you'll feel differently.
Right. Yeah.
That's like the people who are like, yeah, well, I got this big old book of thoughts, and man, ain't this crazy? Like, it's crazy though.
Yeah.
It's like for real. Like, I'm being serious. Like,
it's crazy, right?
It's crazy.
It's like, now we're not.
I hate comedy.
But there's so many, like, it's crazy, right? And it's, it's just, like, weird. People be doing this, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
If you're like, what? Right? Nobody's like, what?
Yeah.
What
You're
is
sitting there like,
thought?
like, white girls, why you always be doing this? Like, why you always, again, white kid. This is white kid. This is the 21-year-old white Jew. This is his voice in LA comedy. White girls, why you always be doing this to us? Like, no, for real? Like, for real, though? Like, for real?
No, like, for real.
No, like, this is
for
crazy.
real,
Like, I don't know. Like,
y'all think
I was
I'm
just
joking, but
I
I'm
just
like,
think, and then this is just 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes of spinning, aimlessly wondering when it's ever going to be over, if anything of any substance is going to be said. And then it ends, and then 2 days later, you get on Instagram and you see that guy was on Lights Out with David Spade. The end.
Right. Yeah.
That's comedy.
Have you seen people like these, like people that have not impressed you get some sort of success?
Yes.
Really?
Recently. Big time, too, and I'm not going to say a name.
All right. Well, we're going to
Eat
talk about
shit,
this
motherfuckers.
subject.
Come find me. Hire your own private investigator.